up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm completely barefaced because today's video is going to be a first impressions of Juvia's Place Douce eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette is a recent release, not one of their most recent, because this company is just pumping out great eyeshadow palettes almost every single month, it seems. So I had to get it on the action and I ordered myself the Douce eyeshadow palette. This video is not sponsored. I bought all these products myself. I did buy a few more things than just the Douce palette. So after this first impressions, I am going to show you the rest of the stuff that I got. I will be applying this eyeshadow on my eyes today. I will show you how it blends and I'll do some swatches and all that sort of thing. But yeah, let's just get into this video. Hold up. Before we do though, you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. So the palette comes in a box like this. It's got this really beautiful drawing on the front. I just absolutely love the packaging on Juvia's Place. They have such beautiful pictures on the boxes. It's just so beautiful. So the palette looks like this and it's got 6 different shades. So there are 5 mattes and 4 shimmers, and the pans are actually a really decent size, which pretty much all their palettes do except for the mini versions of their larger palettes. So if you haven't yet got in on all the action of Juvia's Place and you don't know exactly like the ratio of size pans that they are, just to compare, here's a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. So the pan's actually a really decent size. So I'm gonna do some swatches for you. Do keep in mind that I do have a darker skin tone, so these colors might show up differently on you if you're darker, obviously, or a lighter skin colored person, so just keep that in mind. Here we have Chocolat, Tart, and Cream. Then we have Macaron. Oh, that's pretty. Check that out. Custard, Puffs. Oh my goodness, look at that. Then we have Berry Mousse, Mont Blanc, and Crepes. So there are some actually really beautiful colors in here. I really think you can make an eye look with this if you just get a little bit creative. This one for me would really be a good overall lid color, and this would make a great transition color. So I'm gonna scooch you a little bit closer. So I'm gonna apply some of these shadows on my eyes and try and create an eye look for you. But before we do, excuse this little neighbor on my face. She ain't paying rent. She gotta go. So I've already applied my eyeshadow primer. I used the Milani Eyeshadow base. I will list all the products that I use in the description box down below, but for the purpose of keeping this video short and to the point, I will skip over all the extra steps and just show you how this eyeshadow applies to my eyes. Now remember, keep in mind, this is a first impressions video, so I don't even know how my eyeshadow is gonna turn out. I'm just gonna make up this eye look as we go. First, I'm gonna take the shade Berry Mousse and use it as an all-over eye base. Then I'm gonna take the shade Crepes and use that lightly in my crease. So this shade looks really brown in the pan, but it's actually blending out rather pink. This is actually blending out really nicely. I'm just taking a little bit of pigment at a time and actually just building it up as I go. I'm just using this shade as an all-over transition shade, which I will then blend all the other colors into. I'm being a little bit messy with my outer eye because I can just clean that all away later on, which is why I always do my eyes first before my foundation base. Now with a smaller crease brush, I am going to take the shade Custard and apply that to just the outer half of my crease. That is so pigmented. I'm finding these pigments just a little bit powdery, but that doesn't really bother me. So it's more of a pigment that you would want to build up to get the full extent of the shade in the pan. Using again the brush that I used to apply the shade Crepes, I'm just gonna blend that all in together. Now with a flat packing brush, I'm going to wet it slightly with a setting spray and go into the shade Puffs and just apply that to the inner corner of my eye. Oh dang! that's really showing up on camera. That's really pretty. Now I'm gonna take the shade Tart, again on a wet packing brush. I'm just gonna try and use as many shades in this palette as I can. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but this is a pink iridescent sort of shade with a slight shift of pale green to it. So I'm just gonna apply that to the absolute inner corner of my eye. I'm just going to go slightly above my crease in applying this one. If you have eyes that, like mine, where when your eyes are open you can't see anything that's on your lid, just go a bit further up above the crease. So applying that eyeshadow wasn't a waste of time. Now I'm cleaning off my packing brush and I'm gonna go in again with the setting spray. And this time, I'm gonna take the shade Macaroons or Macarons and apply that to the center of my eye. I'm just going in on all the colors here. I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but just stick with me. Usually the whole look comes together when you finish it off. So I think I need a little bit more dimension and depth in my eyes. So I'm gonna take the shade Chocolat and take that on a small blending brush and apply it to the outer corners of my eyes. So I'm gonna apply more of Macarons because I sort of lost some of that green when applying that outer shade. So I'm going to sort of blend that in together to try and create a bit of a gradient effect. Now with a makeup wipe, I'm just going to clean up under the eyes. And before I finish up the eyes, I'm going to do the rest of my face off camera. And then I'll finish the eyes and then show you guys the finished look. So I've got my foundation, concealer, powder, and bronzer on. So I'm gonna finish up under the eyes. I'm gonna apply this Nude Creamish Gel Liner by Colourpop in Honey Dude in my waterline. So for under the eye, I'm gonna take Crepes and apply that really closely to my waterline. These shades are actually really so pigmented. Juvia's Place has done it yet again. You guys, if you haven't used any Juvia's Place eyeshadows, you need to get on it. Then just because I think I want a little bit more depth under my eyes, I'm going to go in with Chocolat and apply that. You know what, I'm gonna take a little bit of custard and apply that under the eye too because, you know, why not? Then just to brighten up the inner corners of my eyes a bit, I'm going to go in with puffs. I'm going to apply liner, mascara, and lipstick, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Alright you guys, so the 3 L's are on: liners, lips, and lashes. Well, not really lashes because I don't do falsies. I put mascara on. So yeah you guys, this is the finished look. I was able to create a pretty easy eye look from this palette. I'm really not much of a cooler tone shade eye sort of girl, and there are a few cool tones in this one. But I was able to create a really nice, easy look. Well, I think it was nice. I found the matte shades to be a little bit powdery and have a fair bit of fallout, but honestly that really doesn't bother me because there is a difference between powdery and chalky. But I find that that means that they're actually pigmented, which is why they tend to be a little bit powdery. All the shades blended really well. The shimmer shades Dang! So overall, I think this palette is really beautiful. This palette retails for $21 US, which in Australia translates to $28.25, but then you add postage on top of that. So basically, if you're buying this palette from Australia, you're looking at around $30 more or less, including postage. Postage was a little bit more than that, but if you buy a few more palettes, then it sort of balances out to less. So some people might have a problem paying $30 for 9 shades, but they are decent sized shades. And not only that, it's a really good quality palette. I must admit, this isn't the only Juvia's Place palette I've got. I think I have pretty much all of them except for the absolute latest one, which I'm really looking forward to ordering and trying out on camera for you guys as well. If you did want me to do that, definitely give this video a thumbs up so I'll know that that's what you guys want to see. But all in all, I really think that this palette is a hey yo, buy it. I didn't actually put any highlight on, so I'm actually gonna try and go into shade Tart and try that as highlight, because like, why not? I don't think that's showing up on camera, but it is quite pink. So if you are into the really iridescent colored sort of highlighters, I think you would like this eyeshadow as highlight. Personally, I'm not huge into colored highlights like this, but it's actually really pretty. I'm going to show you quickly the other stuff that I bought from Juvia's Place, just so that paying the shipping kind of made it worth it. So I got the Warrior palette and the Festival Collection, which is another eyeshadow palette, and they're matte lipsticks, which is destroyed before I got to use it. They're fine. Comment down below if you want to see me put these products into action, and I will definitely film that for you. If you're still here, you know what to do. Subscribe. I'll put the subscribe button somewhere on this screen, and watch my other videos. Please follow me on my Instagram, which is also lifeaskikay, and I upload on there every single day. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Ooh. Thanks so much for watching. This is nice. I wish I had somewhere to go to tonight.